Hello and welcome to this mini workshop on mental resilience, something that is vital for us to have a good life, to overcome obstacles and achieve our goals, especially in business. So let's get started. Welcome to everybody who has joined in today and made the effort to invest in themselves. First of all, I would like to say that a lot of people seem to be confused on mental resilience being mental toughness. Mental toughness is a myth that you have to be tough and hard to get through hardship in life, when actually it can be the reverse. Anybody I've worked with in the past who've came to me on the verge or just after a mental breakdown, they've had an episode in their life where they have tried to be mentally tough, tried to bear their teeth, grit their teeth, and bear all that's coming towards them. This can be okay if it's short-lived, but if it's long-term stress turns to anxiety, and long-term anxiety turns to apathy, burnout, and even in some cases, depression. So being mental resilient is different. Being resilient is being flexible, being adaptable, being able to bounce back, and recognizing that you need support in life. Resilience is survival. Those who are resilient, who adapt to change and loss and hardship, will always survive. So keep that in mind. It's a vital point before we get into this topic a little bit deeper. Now, many people have many theories on resilience. This would be a popular one off a life coach site, and some of it makes sense. Responsibility, taking responsibility as to how you feel or where you are in life. Gratitude, being grateful for where you are and what you have and who you have around you, very important. Self-care, looking after number one, which is quite often overlooked by many of us, especially when you're busy. Positive affirmations, we will look at these later. Deal with it now, don't dwell or ignore. Again, a lot of people avoid things they have to do now and they procrastinate because it's outside their comfort zone. Quality questions. Well, your brain will give you an answer to what you've asked it. So we tend to call this solution-focused questions instead of problem questions. And good support. We all need support in life, all of us. You can get only so far on your own, and you will only stay there on your own for so long. It's vital that we build a great community of people around us in life. Then we have another level outside life coaching to resilience. This type of resilience here would be more towards your director, somebody who's running the show and is responsible, not just the company, but lots of people. So this is the Navy SEALs 6 steps for resilience. Eat the elephant, one bite at a time. If you try and eat the elephant all in one sitting, you just put yourself off, overwhelm yourself, sicken yourself, and build an association to eating elephants in the future is a negative experience. One bite at a time. Chunk down on your problems. Visualize success. There has been many studies done on visualization, especially through sports, basketball being just one. This can be easily looked up yourself in Google. The percentage is phenomenal when visualizing success. If you're not visualizing success, the mind tends to automatically visualize failure, especially if you have feelings of anxiety and self-doubt. Emotional control. This is the 4-4-4 breathing. Breathing in for 4 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds, and breathing out for 4 seconds. Your breathing patterns are a barometer for your emotions. If you're going through erratic emotions, your breathing will be very erratic. So if you can calm the breath, you tend to calm the mind as well. Non-reactivity, internal. This is something that can be trained and it has to be practiced. It is a skill of not unconsciously reacting to obstacles, to loss or change that comes out of the blue, but it can be practiced. Small victories, gratitude. We looked at that earlier briefly, and we will look at it again. Find your tribe. Once again, find your support team, find your community, very important. And then apply your knowledge. All this must be practiced. If you want to be good under pressure, you practice under pressure. And these are some of the mental pillars from the army. Mental control, emotional regulation, coping, self-efficiency, sense of purpose, positive effects, and social support. So we can see here that they are quite similar. So starting off, self-knowledge is very, very important. You understanding your personality, understanding how to build self-knowledge, which will build your self-belief and will build your self-esteem. Very, very important, and it is the foundation of who we are as humans. Everything is built upon self-belief. You must understand what a belief is, how powerful it is, and how you can maintain it. Of course, this will affect all areas of your life. Anxiety and stress can come from your life wheel being out of balance. Some people, their career is flourishing. Financially, they're very well off. Physically, they're great to go to the gym, but their family life suffers. Maybe their faith or their spiritual life is suffering. Maybe they don't socialize as much and they're losing friends. Could be the opposite. Maybe they have a great social life, great life for the family, but the career is suffering. The finances are suffering, which causes stress and worry also. So it's about bringing balance to the wheel. Something we should look at on a monthly basis. So let's look at the mind that actually houses the emotions, that causes the irrational emotions and the reactions that come out of the blue. So the subconscious mind. This analogy here is the iceberg representing the mind. Everything you see above the water is the conscious, analytical, everyday mind. What lies beneath it is far deeper and more powerful and larger. So it's very important that you begin to work with the subconscious mind on a daily basis, that you program in it. Because if you're not programming the subconscious mind, somebody else is, somebody else has, and you will keep getting what you maybe don't want, especially on an emotional scale. So this is another look at the subconscious. The conscious mind is around 10% of your total mind, and the subconscious mind is 90%. And this 90% holds the beliefs, emotions, habits, values, protective reactions, long-term memory, imagination, and intuition. If you're trying to do something via willpower, forcing yourself, or somebody else is forcing you, it is like 10 people playing tug of war with 90 people. They will not win. Think of somebody trying to stop smoking or lose weight through willpower. It just doesn't work. So you need to get on board with your subconscious mind. This is something that I start with when I'm working with anybody in their first session. I want to know what is going on underneath. And I have a couple of easy methods to understand the focus of the subconscious mind. So stop playing tug of war with yourself, trying to just suppress these habits or force them out of you. It just won't work. So emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is very, very important. What is emotional intelligence? Noticing an emotion where it belongs on the scale of emotions, how that emotion causes specific physical and chemical reactions within your body, and more importantly, how you can replace it with another emotion that will empower you, keep you healthy, and help you along to reach your own specific goals. And this is a quick look at the scale of emotions. Every emotion has a message for the brain. The lowest emotion that a human can experience is apathy and depression. Desire is dead because it's no use. We can't do anything and no one else can help. We withdraw and play weak so we won't get hurt. So somebody in the apathy zone will not even ask for help because they believe in that reality where they sit in their nervous system that nobody can help them. Grief moves up the scale, the desire for somebody to help us because we can't do anything, but we think maybe someone else can. We cry for that someone to do it. And this is quite often seen in deep grief where somebody has lost a loved one and they let others come in and help because they feel helpless. Fear, the desire to strike out, but not doing, because we think they will hit us harder. And that can be life hitting us harder. Fight, flight, or freeze, depending on the scale of fear. Lust, the desire for possession, wanting to possess something outside the self that you believe will actually make you feel better. So then as you move up the scale, you're into anger, pride, and then the higher vibrational emotions are courageousness, acceptance, and inner peace or contentment. So like any skill, this is a process that has to be practiced so that you're very aware of the emotion, the effects on the nervous system, the chemistry, your breathing, the images, and even the tonality of the voice in your head. All part of personal development, developing the self and investing in the self and your health. in your performance, etc. And it's very important because this is the projector seat for the human body. The autonomic nervous system is split into two because what you are feeling in the body builds images. It'll tap into the past when you've experienced that emotion before, and it brings in memories and builds a future. So if you're feeling fearful, self-doubt, anxiety, then guess what the future will look like when you project it, because we're always projecting a future and we're building it in images, and it's very important for humans to do that. It's how we move about. It's impossible to get from here to my car, even if I don't have an image of what the car looks like and what I'm going to walk past, etc., etc. So this is why gratitude is so important. This image here and all the positive aspects of what we call coherence, where you join in the heart brain with the brain in your head. There's been lots of studies done on this in the past, and the outcome is when you can join the heart and brain, then these are some of the positive side effects. You can boost your immune system. You can create physiological benefits in your body. The magnetic field in the human body can be measured, like, several feet away from the body. This has been done many, many times. The heart is 500 times more electromagnetic energy than the brain, and it actually reacts to emotions before the brain in your head. It's as if it's telling the brain what to think under certain emotional conditions. So like anything else, there's a process for this. It's taught widely, globally, and it's something that I put into all my workshops and working with individuals. Big part of resilience. So these are some of the benefits that has been released by the HeartMath Association, which is made up of neurologists and doctors, people who've been studying this for 40 years. So it's not some sort of a new age therapy. There's a lot of science behind this. It's a simple process and something anybody can learn and practice. So once you can develop that coherence, there's 24% more focus, 25% improvement in listening ability, 30% improvement in sleep, 46% drop in anxiety, 50% drop in fatigue, and 60% drop in depression. The HeartMath Association releases these percentages on a yearly basis. So we'll just finish with static stamina. Most of this stuff, as you've seen, is you working with you to build that resilience. And this image portrays resilience against the self, when that part of you is telling you to give up, to procrastinate, take the easy route. It's you that has to make that decision whether you're going to do that or not. This is what we call the horse stance in martial arts, and the Shaolin monk probably stand like this for 1 hour every morning. It's easy to drop a weight. It's easy to do a spin class when somebody's shouting at you, but when you're standing in this position and your body and your mind's telling you to give up, take the easy route, it's you that has to decide. And this is how we build resilience. Slowly, surely, but it comes from us. It comes through practice with all the skills that we've looked at here. So very, very important that you have a process. I hope this has given you some food for thought, and this has been released in aid of a charity. So if you're kind enough to donate to the charity, It's for children and their mothers escaping from the Ukraine, getting set up. I will have put the link below, the Just Giving link. So if you've got something from this, please donate whatever you can. Thank you.